Welcome to A Course in Miracles, me reading and reflecting on this wonderful book. And we have come to lesson number 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. This is kind of enigmatic, so I will go through this quite... usually I'm slow, but I might go slower. It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. This calls for a lot of contemplation, and maybe contemplation will not help me always while reading, but it helps me while listening to my own videos and reflections, and also reading it again, of course, silently or loudly. If you read in a loud way, even if I'm not filming on YouTube, it also helps because I hear my voice, and also the tone in my voice sometimes can give me help if I understand or if I am confused. So I will just continue, as this is not to be understood with the intellect, but with the soul and the body and something else. So I have to accept now that I do have attack thoughts. And that is not hard to accept because it is so obvious. And as I've been talking about that in previous lessons, that sometimes we can have a feeling of being thought. They just come up and they are not always friendly. So of course, kind of attack is going on frequently inside the head. The brain is not the friendliest organ in our body. Well, so the text goes on in paragraph 2 that if I have attack thoughts and if I can sense if I perceive that attack, that I feel fearful. So what is fear? It is expecting some kind of attack, isn't it? Otherwise we don't feel fear. So the paragraph 2, as I understand it, tells me that it's my attack thoughts that are projected outside, and then I perceive it as something is attacking me from outside. And in paragraph 2 it says that attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together because they contradict each other. I do have to contemplate this a lot about invulnerability. I'm not invulnerable. I'm a vulnerable person. So let's dig into this a bit. And we will have help here in paragraph 3, as the text will help us to understand what kind of the idea for today's lesson is. The idea for today introduces the thought Okay, there we go. That you always attack yourself first. I feel very blessed right now. I was about to say gifted and clever. I like to be clever and understand stuff, as I have confessed a few times. But these lessons are not that kind of lessons. But still, the first thought I had when I had a glance that the the thought of today is that I believe that I always attack myself first, and then I perceive I have created an attack. So this is funny. Okay, and then what about these attack thoughts? Let's continue. If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, and I just said that I'm vulnerable, isn't this funny? Or rather interesting. It entails the beliefs. Okay, so it's just a belief, maybe. I'm not vulnerable. So, the belief that I'm vulnerable, what does it do to me? Let's see. Their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes. And there we go, straight ahead to victimization. And I had this faiblesse, this theme in my life, as I have mentioned in some lessons, sorry, that I have been in my life, especially in my younger ages and the middle ages. I was almost an addict to go into this victimhood. And that could be quite subtle. I know from talking to friends and reading a lot about this that we can have an image of ourselves that I don't go into victimhood. If somebody had told me in my 30s that I have this tendency, I wouldn't have agreed. But it can be so subtle. Actually blaming the world, blaming others, blaming things, the outer things and events for stuff in your own life, that is actually kind of victimhood. It can sound very hard, but actually it is very, very, very common. We share it. Some lucky people might not have it, but it's very, very common. Anyway, I still don't feel comfortable talking about this, that I had this tendency and still can if I'm off guard or tired or little ill or getting sick. You're weaker in your psyche and in your body, and then you can go to, oh, pity me, poor me. Anyway, that is not a good place to be. So I will continue. Yeah. So, and because I believe them, my own attack thoughts, that is, I can no longer believe in myself because I have weakened myself. So I cannot believe in myself. There's a chain here of reactions. So it creates a false image of myself. And that has come to take the place of what I am. If I was not shooting a video now, I would go to my meditation place and contemplate this for a bit. It was first quite upsetting because I don't like to talk about victimhood. Then it was soothing and comforting. So I will go ahead. So nothing except my thoughts can attack me. And nothing except my thoughts can make me think that I am vulnerable. And nothing except my thoughts can prove to me that it is not so. Yeah. Now we will have a manual how to do the practice period for today. It should begin with repeating the idea, and I'm very happy to repeat it, because when I read it, it was a bit kind of enigmatic. So my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability, and now it's totally clear what it means. Thank you. So we have repeated the idea for today. I am, we are invulnerable. Our thoughts make us weak and vulnerable. And we can practice ourselves out of this. And let's do that. So we have repeated the idea for today. Then comes a bit trickier one. Then closing my eyes, I'm asked, or I'm encouraged, as this is an encouraging text, not a demanding one. So I'm supposed to close my eyes and review the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing me concern. And this is so welcome. This it's about noon in Sweden now, and this morning I've been at the computer, some digital meetings, some team meetings. At the same time, been quite trying to fix some things, practical things here, and been attacked on my thoughts. Irritation arose, and I longed for this session because they are so soothing. So it's very good, because I've been through a lot in my head this morning. One damn thing after another, to quote Winston Churchill. Anyway, that's how he described life. He was very witty, I think. Let's go ahead. The concern may take the form of, hold on, I brace myself. It may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation. Oh, yeah, I sign under all these words. I've been through it. The good thing is that nowadays I know it, so I usually, not 100% of the time, but I would say that 95% of the time, when this happens, the storm inside, I know what is going on. And this is what all this is for. This is for many other things too, wonderful, divine, but this is one thing it's for. We know, we can witness ourselves. We know that it is not for real. It is thoughts going on. All right. Yeah. Those words were words and no music. Yeah. Any problem, as yet unsettled, that tends to recur in your thoughts during the day is a suitable subject. And I have a fruit bowl of this, full of them. All right, so how should we apply it? First, name the situation. I am concerned about fill in blanks. Yeah. And then I should go over every possible outcome that can occur and refer to each one of them. This will take time. And maybe it should. Referring to each one, quite specifically saying, I'm afraid fill in blank will happen. And as I've been thinking about practical stuff, and today, where should I put this, and what will happen when I die with this thing and all that, things we all think when we are cleaning up the attic, for example. And then I'm afraid any disaster will happen. I will not go into a specific one, but I assure you I had these pictures today. But it will be too personal and too boring to go through them again. But the worst catastrophe and everything has to do with dying, I think, in the end. If we are thinking about anything, it always ends. This will happen. I will lose this, friends, where I live, job, everything, relation. I will become sick, lose my health, lose money, death. It's all the same with some variations, of course, from person to person, but it all has to do with death in the end, I think. Anyway, I shall try to treat all outcomes alike to whatever extent I can. And then we are at the end of the lesson now. After I have named each outcome of which you are afraid, tell yourself that thought is an attack thought on myself. That thought, I will be homeless, poor, ill, handicapped, and I will die alone in a cold place with no people, something like that. Very not joyful picture of life. And then I will think that thought is an attack thought upon myself. It's a wake up, definitely. And then conclude each practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself once more. Yeah. Hello, Tokyo.
Hello, interesting chapter today.
I would say yes. I would say yes. Yes.
I had a thought while you were speaking, and
only one, because I was speaking about
certainly.
kind of heavy stuff today.
Yeah, it's a central thought.
Yeah.
And it's that I think a lot of spirituality is focused on how to deal with the heavy thoughts about, like you said, I'm going to die in a place alone, nobody loves me, and death will be the sad end of everything, and it will be horrible.
Yeah.
My whole life has been a useless mess, that kind of thing. But it's interesting because that, to me, that's something that struck me while I was listening to you, was that kind of thinking sounds to me like an escape from the real painful thoughts. Which are, I think, more concerned with the day-to-day annoyances that we as humans have.
Go on. It's interesting. Yeah.
Is the thing that I'm doing every day really worth doing? Should I have done something different to not be where I am today? That kind of thing.
Oh yeah. But that is in the fruit basket of catastrophe.
Right. But I think in order to not have to think about those things, the real painful thoughts.
Yes.
I think the mind goes and thinks about some other painful thoughts that are bigger.
Please continue. This is so interesting.
How is my life going to end? How is my life going to end? That kind of big thing,
Yeah.
Because they have even when one is tired or angry or whatever, one can realize that those big fears and thoughts have an element of unrealistic thinking to them.
They do, mostly.
And so it's an escape,
Yeah.
And that one can say, well, how is my life going to end? Well, I'm going to be sad and alone forever. Well, that's not really true, though, is it? Because, I've got this and this and this, and it goes around in a circle,
You're 25.
Yeah.
And I'm 65. Do you already have these thoughts frequently? I mean, everybody can have them who is an adult and has a brain, but do they come as a pattern? Are they frequent?
The big thoughts? No.
No.
Well, yes, no, they do, yeah. The big thoughts, they do come sometimes. It's am I going to be a happy person at the end of my life or not, that kind of thing. But that's usually, I feel like, an escape from the thoughts of, oh, what I'm doing now in my life day to day, is that correct, am I doing the right thing, that kind of thing. And those are the real pain. Those are the real, not painful necessarily, but maybe scary thoughts.
Yes.
And then the mind escapes into big ones.
Oh,
Like
now I start to understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Escape thoughts. Interesting.
Because the
Yeah.
fear
I can
thoughts,
see that.
I feel like they're really escape thoughts.
So, are we talking about first the meaning of life? What is the purpose with my life? What will I do with my life?
That's the kind of a way for the mind to escape.
Yeah.
From the real scary thoughts, which the real scary thoughts have to do with day-to-day things.
Interesting.
You understand?
I do.
I've never thought about it this way until
I
you spoke about it. So.
I do.
But I'm sure it's dawned on me now.
Sorry? It
dawned on me.
Oh, it dawned. Yeah. It's interesting. So we make up. Could I call it trivial, day-to-day thoughts, and they come quite automatically some days, because I escape the bigger picture?
No. It's the other way around. The really uncomfortable thoughts for the mind are the thoughts having to do with, am I living my full potential?
Yes.
Every day of my life?
Yes.
That's, I think for most people, the answer is no. and therefore, the mind doesn't want to deal with it, the answer to that question,
And then we go into the everyday, more trivial.
No.
No.
That's wrong.
Okay.
Then we go into the bigger thoughts.
Even bigger? Can it be? Okay. I thought it was big enough, this, what is the purpose, or how will I create my future, and what am I doing?
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying every day we have the thought of, what I'm doing today, is that really living my full potential?
Okay.
And then the answer to that may be no. And so the mind disregards that question and starts thinking about bigger, very unnecessary thoughts like, oh, what's the purpose of my whole life? What's the purpose of life? How is my life going to end? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And those are all escapes. They're very far away, aren't they?
They are far away.
And it's an escape from the question of, is what I'm doing every day of my life worth doing, every day of the week?
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I understand. And I have taken, as far as I can, made the decision that I don't think about life purpose that much anymore. I was obsessed by it in my younger days, and I think
well, it might have been an escape from something else that your mind didn't want to deal with. That's my theory.
Interesting theory. Let's continue talking about that, because it really awakens a lot of thoughts in my head, but not attack thoughts. Thank you for listening, and thank you for liking and subscribing, and thank you for commenting. It really is a joy to do this out loud and have reactions and friends out there. See you soon.